Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something fascinating. The line between really hard and impossible.
Right. This really clicked after looking at Coach Padalecki's writing.
Exactly. And it instantly made me think of that Goran Kropp story Joe DeSena tells in Spartan Up.
Oh yeah, the Everest guy. Biking from Sweden.
Yes. Biking from Sweden to Everest, climbing it solo, no supplemental oxygen, mind you.
And then biking home again.
I mean, wow.
For almost anyone, that just sounds, well, impossible. Flat out.
And that's precisely Coach Padalecki's point, isn't it? What feels impossible often isn't actually a dead end. It's just incredibly demanding.
Really hard, as Coach P puts it.
Exactly. Kropp didn't prove it was easy. He just proved it wasn't impossible. Impossible means it literally cannot occur.
Whereas really hard implies, okay, this requires extraordinary effort, grit, resilience, but it can be done.
Precisely.
So for you listening, maybe you're leading a company, coaching top athletes, pushing your own limits. Think about this. Have you labeled some big goals impossible? Coach Padalecki really wants us to question that label. Could they just be really hard? That's what we're digging into today.
We want to help you figure out, is this truly a wall? Or is it a massive hurdle that demands everything you've got? We're using Coach P's really hard ideas here.
It's interesting how Kropp becomes this kind of perfect example. Think about high performers, launching that disruptive product, hitting that insane sales target, or a personal best that seems light years away.
Yeah, those feel monumental, like Everest in their own way.
But Kropp's story suggests maybe they're just incredibly tough climbs, not actual impossibilities.
It's a mindset shift, really, moving away from seeing limitations everywhere.
Okay, so let's make this personal, like Coach Padalecki suggests. What's your impossible dream? You listening right now.
That thing you've maybe dismissed or been afraid to even start chasing.
Could you try relabeling it? Just mentally shift it from impossible to, okay, this is really, really hard, but maybe. This connects directly to achieving peak performance, right? That shift from a fixed view, I can't, to a growth view, how can I?
For driven people, reframing these huge obstacles changes everything. Suddenly, it's not a barrier, it's a challenge. It opens doors.
Coach P gives us a kind of process for clarity. First step, define the dream. Get specific. What goal are you hesitant about?
Then, step 2, reframe it. Acknowledge the sheer difficulty, sure, but actively reject the impossible tag.
It will be hard, maybe harder than anything you've done, but hard isn't impossible.
And third, take action. Think about the very first concrete step, even a tiny one.
That bias towards action is key. Coach Padalecki essentially challenges us. Pick one impossible dream, just one. Then figure out the absolute first tangible thing you could do today. Maybe it's research, maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's just writing it down clearly.
And consciously tell yourself, this is really hard and I can tackle hard things. The emphasis is on starting now.
Coach Padalecki also brings in that Seneca quote, which is powerful.
Oh yeah, read that one.
It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult.
That hits hard, doesn't it? It flips the whole thing on its head.
Totally. It suggests the difficulty isn't the real barrier sometimes. It's our own hesitation, our fear of daring to try that makes it seem difficult or impossible.
So maybe we label things impossible as a way out, an excuse not to face the sheer effort involved.
It's possible. Seneca and Coach P's framework pushes us to confront that fear of the really hard stuff.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, the core message seems clear. Take one dream you filed under impossible.
Just one to start.
And start looking at it differently. See it as really hard, but potentially doable.
And consider this, especially for those of you always pushing boundaries in your field, how many limits are just self-imposed, created simply by calling something impossible when it just requires massive focused effort?
Maybe actually achieving what seems impossible right now just starts with the courage to face the really hard. Something to think about.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope this gives you some food for thought as you continue on your journey.